No.
I'm that flight that you get on.
No, this isn't possible. You're dead. I killed you. This can't be happening. Okay, I didn't kill Jason Derulo. I just assumed his career was good and over. I hadn't thought about him or heard his music in like 4 years. I thought we all understood that the Jason Derulo experiment was a horrible mistake that we didn't need to repeat. And yet here we are, Jason Derulo's big comeback single, featuring not one but multiple chains. The fact that all of a sudden Jason Derulo is back in the spotlight is messing with my fundamental understanding of reality. You all remember this guy, right? He sang his name at the beginning of all his songs, and sucked. He was one of the many low-grade Usher wannabes who came in to replace Chris Brown. And he was definitely the most successful, notching 3 straight top 10 hits. Also, he was by far the worst of them. Let me say this straight up. I've covered worse songs from far worse people, but there is no one I can think of who I respect less as a performer than Jason Derulo. What makes him so bad? I don't know how else to say it. The man simply has no talent.
Is it weird that your ass remind me of a Kanye West song?
Have you ever gotten mad at autotune as a lazy cover for people who can't sing? Trust me, you weren't thinking of T-Pain or Kesha or Lil Wayne. You were thinking of Jason Derulo. And even after being autotuned, he still had a voice like a squeaky chair.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, he's a horrifically juvenile songwriter and works with terrible producers. I just went back and re-listened to Whatcha Say, and holy god, it may be one of the worst songs I've ever reviewed. Everything about it sums up the worst parts of the late 2000s. Lazy autotune, lazy sample, not just beat, atrocious lyrics.
I don't want you to leave me, though you caught me cheating.
Matter of fact, I think you can blame Chris Brown's post-assault resurgence entirely on the fact that we tried to replace him with the only person in the universe that can make Chris Brown look charming and charismatic. No wonder none of this Puke's other songs became hits. Wait a minute, I recognize this. And this one too. Yeah, that one was getting played just last year. Oh my god, I thought I was covering Derulo's comeback single, but this isn't a comeback. He's been here for years. And no one noticed. I mean, these songs weren't huge, but they were there. I remember them. Why did I think he'd gone? What? Wait, play that from the beginning.
In the beginning.
There's the problem. He stopped saying his name before his songs, which was the only noteworthy thing about him. How else was I supposed to know it was him? His distinct artistic vision and personality? I mean, no matter how many times you heard this, can you really say you remember it all?
You could be my it girl. Baby, you're the shit girl. Loving you could...
Wait a second, did you just call her a shit girl? We kept this guy around, why? I can't believe I only ever reviewed one of his songs. I have a lot of catching up to do. Okay, to be fair, despite his utter lack of charisma, the songs themselves weren't always necessarily horrible, compositions at least. Riding Solo, for example, that was, I guess, a decently written song about the joy and freedom of being single, so I promise to keep an open mind at least. And I'll give it this right away, his newest single at least isn't the same boring dance pop mush he's usually done. Instead, it's actually got this kind of funky early 90s New Jack Swing feel to it, and it has the sleaziest horn line since Rump Shaker. It's clear that Jason Derulo has moved away from his usual edgeless pop shtick and is trying to be more of a Bobby Brown type, which, you know, I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing, but I'll give it this, at least I noticed it.
Jason.
And it starts with his name, which is important.
Jason Derulo.
Although she didn't pronounce it correctly, it's Jason Derulo, obviously. And what is the song itself about? Well, now that Jason Derulo is a big successful singer, he's been all over the world, and he's discovered that language barriers can be transcended through the international language of love. After all, what is more universal than the attraction between a man and a woman? Truly, it crosses all boundaries. Now, how best to communicate this concept?
Been around the world, don't speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining.
Right, so this song is yet another edition of I'm a dumb guy who gets laid a lot, let me sing about it. I mean, that title could describe like half the things I review, but usually not this directly. Obviously a guy who actually seriously uses the word booty and trying to look smart, but you know, this isn't even subtext. The song is explicitly about his own ignorance.
First class seat on my lap, girl. Riding comfortable.
Specifically, he flies around the world, scores foreign chicks, even though they don't speak the same language. And he sure isn't gonna try and learn.
Our conversations ain't long, but you know what is.
The flight? The line to get through customs? Please don't force me to answer this.
Our conversations ain't long.
If you needed confirmation that these R&B guys don't care at all about the things a woman thinks or says, well, here you go. I dare say they prefer not speaking your language. And that's literally all the song is.
All I really need to understand is.
Like, all he adds to the overused I get laid a lot theme is the fact that they speak different languages. Which makes the title not make any sense. Listen to this non-chorus.
All I really need to understand is when you talk dirty to me.
I wish. No, I don't.
Talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me.
But yeah, that was it. That's the entire chorus. Talk dirty to me. In a song about how you can't talk to each other and understand. The premise doesn't even make any sense.
Talk dirty to me.
I mean, I guess he could just like the sound of foreign pillow talk, but I mean, that's not what he says. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't sound like he even cares. Why would you care what she says if you can't understand it? For all you know, she could be saying, I'm a prostitute and my services were purchased for you by the promoter. Or she could be saying, please get me out of this country. Or even, careful, this plate is hot, and you wouldn't know. Why would her talking dirty get you off at all?
Met your friend in Rio. She was all on me. We can make Nazi 3.
Yeah, when you were down in Rio, did you happen to notice the rampant poverty and anti-government protests? Also, Menage a Three-O?
We can make Nazi 3.
And just because you wrote a song about foreign chicks doesn't mean you have to wallow in your own ignorance. You realize there are like a billion words that rhyme with Rio and like Spanish and Italian. I mean, like common, everyday words that even English speakers know. You've already got one of the most flagrantly foreign names in pop. You might educate yourself at least a little.
You know the words in my songs. No habla English.
Yeah, I bet she doesn't know them. I mean, I've listened to all your songs and I actually do speak English. The only words I remember from them weren't even sung by you. Honestly, I think the worst part about it is how little he says about the girls he's banging.
Got lipstick stamps on my passport.
I mean, he obviously sees the world as just a Baskin-Robbins menu of flavors of different girls, which is mild to moderately offensive, but hell, I say, if you're gonna write a song about how you like exotic women, I mean, go ahead and write it at least. Say something about them, you know, eyes, skin, hair, accent, something. This is like if the Beach Boys wrote California Girls and just said, hey, California girls, they exist. Or like, you like traveling around the world, say something about the places you've been. What's different about them? What do you like about them? For all I know, you didn't even leave the airport. All he does is name check a couple exotic locales and that's it.
London to Taiwan, New York to Haiti.
Yeah, see, all he does is make a couple. Wait, Haiti?
New York to Haiti.
What the hell are you doing in Haiti? Volunteering at Habitat for Humanity, I hope. Please tell me you didn't go to one of the most desperately needy countries in the Western Hemisphere to score chicks. Christ, what an asshole. God, I hate this. I hate this. I really hate this. Christ, save this song, 2 Chainz.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I should explain who this guy is first. Actually, I don't even really know who this guy is. He's one of the newer crew of upcoming bling and bitches rappers. I really can't tell any of them apart. Like, you put him in a lineup with Big Sean, Ace Hood, and ASAP Rocky, I wouldn't be able to pick him out. Maybe I haven't listened to him enough. Play me one of his singles so I can learn more about him.
I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. I'm different, yeah, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my cellar message. I'm different.
I honestly can't tell if this is supposed to be a joke. Whatever, maybe he's like, you know, Ludacris or Lil Wayne, one of those guys who's better on guest verses than his own work. Tear it up, redeem the song, please.
Oh yeah.
Those cadenas close to genius. Sold out arenas, you can suck my penis.
Guys, the two of you score foreign chicks because they can't understand you, not in spite of it.
Sold out arenas, you can suck my penis.
I mean, you realize that, right? Do you think these lines would get you anywhere if they knew what you were saying? God.
Gilbert arenas, guns on deck. chest to chest, tongue on neck. International.
The backup singers just shout neck?
Tongue on neck. International.
You know, it's okay to just shout hey or yeah if you need to fill a space, right? You don't have to emphasize random words. Words! The hell was that?
International oral sex. Every picture I take, I pose a threat.
This is really bad. This is just not trying.
Gotta say to my phone on a big booty.
Cell phones don't even work in other countries, dingus.
Around the world, don't speak the language.
And here's another question. Who the hell is this song meant to be for? You can't be singing it for the ladies because this song is only about ladies who can't understand you. So any ladies who would be impressed by this would understand you're not singing to her. I guess you're just bragging to your bros, but are we supposed to think you're cool? Hell, if I were one of your buddies, I'd be angry. If this gets popular in other countries, no American guy will ever score overseas again. You're the ugliest American since Clark Griswold. Get this over, I'm done. I'm done with this. Time the shadows and I'm out.
Get jazzy on it.
What? I don't understand.
Wait, was that part of the song?
What?
Christ, are you kidding me? Oh my god, screw you, douchebag. What was me love you long time too obvious? For the love of Christ, keep your Asian schoolgirl prostitute fetish out of my music. Ew. Ew. Why the hell does this song exist? This is offensively bad. I'm not even quite sure I know who it's supposed to be offensive to. Maybe everyone. Why would I want to hear the exploits of some obnoxious American recounting his gross sex tourism? Christ, where's Eli Roth when you need him? I hate you, DeRulo. I just friggin' hate you. Ugh.
What? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, lucky you.
Asian